What is good, everybody? I am back with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be talking about 3 discs that I completely regret buying. Before we get into this video, I am going to try to back myself up really quick because some of you are probably going to be like, well, what about those discs that are sitting behind you? But listen, I kind of bought those discs because I knew I'd want to put them on the wall. They're more like special discs to me. These are also somewhat like collector discs, but I also was hoping to be able to bag some of them and didn't really end up liking them. So let's get into this video and I will show you the 3 discs that I regret buying. The very first one being the Simon Lizotte Tilt. I'm not gonna lie, it is cool to have this disc, but for me, if it takes a pro to throw this disc upside down, who am I to need to bag something this overstable? I don't want to say it's completely useless, but it is a pretty hard disc to throw and it could get you out of some trouble. But to be honest, there is no reason that I need to be bagging something this overstable, especially when you have something like a Captain's Raptor. That is plenty overstable for somebody like me to kind of get me out of some trouble. Tack that on with me spending I think at the time I spent like $45 to $50 on this disc. Right now it really just sits on the back of this wall and it is kind of nice to have, but I do kind of regret buying it as well. Next up, I have a disc that you guys honestly may love. I kind of quickly began to hate it. I did a review over this disc and it is the 2021 Paul Ulibarri Raptor. This thing is extremely flat. I've talked about it before and it was just so overstable for me. The main reason I bought this disc was because I had a Z Raptor and I thought this could kind of replace it. I lost it and then I thought it'd be kind of cool to get the Ulibarri Raptor, and it really was not a equal swap out for the Raptor I did have. It was a lot more straight to overstable and this one is just completely overstable. I mean, it's really hard to be thrown and it flies a lot like the Captain's Raptor if you guys tried that disc out. It is a great disc for some flex shots, but honestly, I just felt like I could never trust the angle. I rarely ever threw it really good and I quickly kind of just did not like the disc. So that is my number 2 slot. And the very last disc that I regret buying, and this one actually did sting a little bit, and you guys are probably gonna be somewhat surprised because this is a very popular disc and a lot of people I feel like love this disc, very sought after, and that is the Simon Lizotte Sky God. I got this disc also to make some YouTube content and I feel like I just never did that and I don't know why. If you guys want to see anything about the Sky God, let me know in the comments and I can do a video over it or some sort of challenge video. The main reason I regret buying this disc is because it was to be put in the bag and I ended up just not really liking it. It was a little bit too deep for me and I didn't really like the feeling, and now I throw the Tour Series Lunas as my throwing putters, so I really have no need for this disc, as well as I did spend a good amount of money. I think 55 to 60 bucks shipped for this one, and so that one kind of stung. And the story only gets worse because I bought one of the Ledgestone zones and my buddy just said, I will trade you that zone for this Sky God, which is in a lot better condition than this orange one that I had already bought. And so I could have gotten a Sky God for literally like 28 to 30 bucks instead of the 60 I spent. And I don't really like the disc, so they kind of sit on the wall behind me once again. I think the Sky God, the overall stamp, great disc, super sweet. I just didn't really feel comfortable throwing it for some reason. So that's kind of why I regret buying the Sky God. Like I said, if you want to see any videos over it, I'd be glad to do something over these discs. Anyway guys, those are the 3 discs that I regret buying, and this is honestly a pretty hyped lineup right here. There is a lot of hype revolving around these 3 discs and I just didn't like them at all. Obviously the Tilt is kind of more of like a play around disc, get out of jail, but these 2, I feel like people really like to throw them and I just didn't like them. So just because a disc is hyped definitely doesn't mean you're gonna like it. Definitely doesn't mean it's gonna make your bag. Just kind of remember that. I like to fall into the hype a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So I definitely wish I didn't with these 3 discs, but it is what it is. If you guys like the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Go follow me on Instagram at chaseandchains_, and we'll see you on the next one.